This is the Iowa Weather Report for Friday, January 15th, 2016, and now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. At noon today, a trough axis is moving through the state. That's going to produce a little bit of activity just outside the state, a little bit of rain or snow, but most of that is not going to affect us. What is going to affect us is the flow coming straight out of the north, a high pressure system nosing in. That means temperatures are going to be taking a nosedive. So highs today will be pretty much early in the day and then slowly falling and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling. By Saturday here you can see temperatures for highs will be in the single digits in the northern counties to the teens to around 20 in our southern counties with some partial sunshine around. And then unfortunately, as we move into Sunday, late Saturday night and into Sunday, a disturbance is going to come through that could produce a little bit of light snow. What's weird about that? Temperatures will be below zero, and in some cases in the teens below zero, especially in the northern third of the state. We could see highs on Sunday barely making it to zero in the far north, and Sunday night into Monday morning back down below -10 in a lot of places north of about Highway 20 or Highway 30. And then Monday, highs will be struggling into the single digits and teens. And then another system comes in as we move into Tuesday and into early on Wednesday. And this could produce some more snow with highs coming back up into the teens and maybe even a few 20s at this point. Then that system moves off here as we move into Wednesday. Could see early snow showers in our eastern counties on Wednesday. Otherwise, some slow clearing and highs in the teens and 20s. And we may be pretty facetious about that because it may be even cooler than that. And let's see, as we move into Thursday, it's still relatively cool as we look at it. But you can see some warmer air is trying to nose in from the west, and that could come in by late into next week. You can see a disturbance is going to be coming in by next Friday. You can see that here over the northern plains and into the upper Midwest. That's going to bring up some warm air for about a day, and then it's going to be cold again, at least according to the model data. It's also going to bring us a little bit of snow activity as well. It is something to watch out for, but if the cold air entrenches itself a little longer, we would have to probably look at scrapping what we see here. We'd have to also look at scrapping what we see here in the extended period on the 26th. A ridge is kind of getting cut off across the west, trough digging in across into old Mexico, in fact. And with this type of crazy pattern, this would develop a fairly decent storm system just south of the state. But it's also going to bring cold air back down. It doesn't look as bitter according to what is seen here, but it is something to monitor at least for the next couple of days, although even when it looks kind of a little odd. End of the forecast around the 30th, we have a split flow, one across the northern tier of the country, one across the south. The southern stream looks a little more active as it would during an El Nino year. But it's also going to bring the temperatures up as the cold air is pushed back up into Canada. So we can only hope this happens after seeing temperatures below zero for several nights. This would mean temperatures well into the 30s and maybe even around 40, but it's all dependent on any snowpack. And the satellite image from last evening shows some storms and showers and activity across the Gulf Coast, system out across the west, but this cold air across Canada is slowly making its way down south, and that's going to be around here for the next couple of days. Winter weather issues on the watch warning map mainly across the west, across the upper Great Lakes states around Duluth or so. Elsewhere across the country looks fairly quiet at this point. The QPF chart looks fairly quiet as well. A little bit of precipitation around here Saturday night and into Sunday could bring an inch or two of snow, but a lot of precipitation across the Gulf Coast, the east, and across the Pacific Northwest.